Let's do a quick one. Elliot, you're going to lead. Here's your chapter title: The One Who Hates.
The one who hates. The one who hates. Moash. It's a lot of Moash chapters.
But when is he known as the one who hates?
Uh, this is why we're doing these, because I need to refresh myself
Yep.
on the order of events. Like
Yep.
what happens when, because I have the gist of it all, but where do you specifically oh gosh. Moash, the one who hates. It's one of those where he has like a direct conversation with Odium, and Odium is like, "You got to do the thing. Go and do my good work."
Incorrect. And I'm going to play favorites because Paul's behind.
Wait. Are you about to give a hint? Because I think I know it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
are you,
Go. You
was
don't.
that's my question.
Do you want my hint or do you not want my hint?
Well, I guess I should take the hint.
It's not
Getting a
about
little
Moash.
overconfident. Okay,
Elliot was
the
wrong. It's
one
not
who
about
hates.
Moash.
The one who hates. Okay, big radio silence.
Our auto editor cuts it out anyway, so don't worry about it.
Ah, gorgeous. Okay, I'm thinking a lot on this, and of course, I thought it was going to be the scene where Moesh gets his like name change and becomes I
Fire.
can't yes. Vyre, is that what it is with a
V
V or is it an okay.
VYRE. Vire.
Okay. Yes, where he becomes Vyre. I thought it was gonna be that, but it's not Moash, meaning my brain tells me that it has to be Odium. Like my brain is saying that this is one of those scenes where Dalinar is like thrown into a vision with Odium. Um, like there's the big burst of gold and everything. I'm not 100% sold on that. The one who hates. That's what it's called, right? The one who hates. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. I have a second guess, but it's I don't think it's right either. So if it is that other one, I will just be mad.
Both of
But
you are incorrect. Both of you are thinking too large scale. This is back when Zeth is actually scary and referred to as the one who hates. Zeth attacks Dalinar in Elokar's Keep at the end of part 2 of Words of Radiance, and Dalinar, Adolin, and Kaladin fight him off, and Dalinar does the clap of the shard blade
wow,
thing.
yeah, okay,
The one who
yeah, I would
hates.
not have gotten there.
Road ID for Paul. You see, oh, sorry. You see Taravangian out there? Do you know how he sees the world? Any cost, any price is worth paying if you want to achieve, if what you want to achieve is in the end worthy. Follow him, and you'll be able to justify anything.
My thought is that this is being spoken. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, can you read it for me one more time?
You see Taravangian out there? Do you know how he sees the world? Any cost, any price is worth paying if what you want to achieve is in the end worthy, in quotes. Follow him, and you'll be able to justify anything.
Okay, I'm gonna talk through all my thoughts, even though it may help Elliot out, but this is just how I have to process it. So, first guess, my first thought was that this is being spoken to Dalinar,
Okay?
just because we've seen a lot of Dalinar Taravangian discourse. But actually, I'm struggling on who is speaking, but I think this is spoken to Zeth at around the time of like the whole Oathstone, whenever it's revealed that Taravangian sent him and all this stuff, or something with that.
Okay.
I know that there's a lot of bad blood between Zeth and Taravangian, but as far as who's speaking it to him, or who would be speaking this, is what is catching me up a little bit. The week that I won the trivia, it was Taravangian to Malata.
True.
And I'm like, Malata could be the one saying this. I don't know if we really get any dialogue from her. I don't think it's her. I don't think it's that. Because this feels like it's earlier. I think this is going to end up being one of those random other little characters that I don't remember the name of. I can't even think of anyone else who's like in Taravangian's crew, like on Taravangian's side. Maybe this is, man. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have so many going through my head. Okay, this may sound crazy, but I'm also thinking that this could be one of the prologue scenes, and this may be Gavilar talking, but I don't think there's a scenario where they're looking out at Taravangian.
Okay.
Which is probably way off, but in my head there was one that they met. Okay, I'm gonna just go with. Oh my gosh,
You getting full conspiracy theory on this one?
I really am. I really am, and nothing is sticking as to who's saying this.
Need to invent a shot clock for this game.
I know. This one, because like I feel like I can point to the Taravangian scenes really well. This is obviously. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like literally, I can think of so many characters that may be being spoken to. I can't think of a single person who would be saying this, like on behalf of Taravangian. Okay, actually, oh my god, this sounds ridiculous. This sounds ridiculous, and I'm probably gonna get made fun of. My final answer: someone who knows about Taravangian. I'm gonna say that this is a Spren. That this is the Stormfather talking to Dalinar. And I don't think that's correct in the slightest, but I don't have any ideas as to who would be saying this.
Incorrect.
So, okay. We can move on.
Elliot?
This is Wit to Yasna.
Incorrect. Here's the response, just like last week. I'll read the original quote and then I'll go into the response. You see Taravangian out there? Do you know how he sees the world? Any cost, any price is worth paying if what you want to achieve is, in the end, worthy. Follow him and you'll be able to justify anything. Response. And what if I think the actions I've taken are worthy? Paul.
I feel like this doesn't help me. I'm sad. What if the actions I've taken are worthy? That's the second quote, right?
And what if I think that the actions that I have taken are worthy?
So, I have two frontrunner characters in my mind, and those are. It could still potentially be Dalinar, and I don't know, maybe Moash. I'm trying to think of who's like really like got all these actions that they think they're okay with. Okay.
Think you broke him, Trevor.
I'm absolutely in shambles. I'm in such shambles right now because I feel like I'm so on the edge of this, but so far away. You're gonna think I'm crazy once again. My final answer is gonna be that this is the scene at the beginning of Rhythm of War. I think this is Kaladin talking to Moash. I don't know why they're talking about Taravangian. That's what doesn't fit into anything that I can think of.
Incorrect.
Wait.
Oh,
Okay, that's fine.
You're incorrect, but
I am incorrect, but I think I may know what it is. Now.
Okay, don't give Elliot anything. Elliot, go ahead.
I'm gonna write it down.
I was fairly confident in my first answer, and your response has thrown open the floodgates. I don't really know. I still feel like this has to be the Yasna's trying to figure out who has the political power. They're like in Urithiru trying to figure out who's following who. Dalinar, perhaps. I'm gonna go. This is Yasna talking to Dalinar.
Incorrect. Paul,
Okay.
for 0 points, what's your answer?
Dalinar to Amaram.
Oh, you're close.
Okay.
So
is it Kaladin to Amaram?
No.
I
Dalinar.
thought this is to Amaram.
Dalinar is the first speaker.
Okay.
Talking to Adolin at the beginning of Rhythm of War. Adolin is not regretful of his actions to kill Sadeas, and Dalinar is trying to tell him, you need to be better than this. See Taravangian out there? You could be like him and justify anything. And Adolin says, I'm not trying to justify anything. I know what I did, and I'm not sorry.
Okay.
Should add that one.
That one thoroughly frustrated me to the ends of my wit. Because I couldn't think of who would be talking to whom about Taravangian. Okay.
All right, Elliot. Here's your review. That was fun? Question mark. And also weird? Question mark. I'm not sure what I just read. The final third of the story was definitely my favorite. Fave, sorry, not favorite, fave. It took me a bit to get into at the beginning. There were some really interesting characters introduced and explored further. So I'm glad I read it.
Tempted to go Words of Radiance for reasons I can't quite explain. But I'm gonna go a little bit out to left field and say that this is Edge Dancer, and
Ooh.
that the rating of Edge Dancer was 4, 5, 4, 4. Final answer 4. Edge Dancer 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 stars for Edge Dancer. Paul.
So I'm a little bit sad because I was thinking the same thing. And there's no way for me to prove that other than my word. So take my word for it, please. I was thinking about Edge Dancer ever since I heard that this was fun. Was it like with a question mark? That's what it sounded like. And it made me think of Edge Dancer or Dawn Shard, one of our novellas. But I was trying to think of it through the lens of our big books, because maybe that's a little red herring for me, is to think about the novellas. It sounds like this person is like picking up this book, like it's not that deep in. They're not talking about the awe-inspiring moments. They're like, oh, these were fun characters and things like that. So if it's a main series book, I think it's The Way of Kings. But I think it's one of the novellas. I'm actually gonna go with Dawn Shard though, because I think there's more characters involved in Dawn Shard than Edge Dancer. But I also think this is a 4 out of 5. It sounds like they enjoyed it, but not like it wasn't overwhelmingly positive. So I'm gonna go with Dawn Shard 4 out of 5.
So part of the rating that was redacted says, despite what others tell you, this is indeed required reading before Oathbringer. This is a 4 out of 5 rating for Edge Dancer. Elliot was correct. Paul, you were almost correct.
I should have stuck with it.
All right, we are 2-1 for Elliot. Paul, you can tie it up. This goes to you. During the chapter, The One Who Hates, where Szeth attacks the Kholinar Palace, or I'm sorry, the Elokar Palace, not in Kholinar, on the Shattered Plains, Szeth wounds Kaladin with a shard blade. Where?
My best memory is that it's on his arm. I don't know if we have to be specific as to which arm, but I've always pictured like the kind of like on the top of the tricep muscle of the arm.
That's your final answer.
Yes.
You are correct. And Adolin specifically sees this wound, and then Kaladin uses his arm because he heals with Stormlight like the next day, and that's when Adolin starts getting suspicious. Because he's like, I could have sworn he chopped your arm off with a shard blade, and you're using it just fine. And Kaladin's like, what are you talking about? I was fine. So that was 2-2. So, Paul, you have deflected the point going to Elliot, and it goes to nobody. So we're still 3-1 in favor of Elliot going into next week. Anything else, gentlemen?
Better than 4-1.
Certainly. Thanks for joining me, Paul and Elliot. We'll reconvene next week.
See you later.
Beautiful. Bye.